Hi, I'm David. I own and operate Country Whatnot Gardens here outside of Rochester, Indiana, which is about an hour south of the Michigan state line. I grow 25 different species and varieties of bamboo and also many other plants. Right here are some of those other plants. These are dwarf, I would say super dwarf, uh, flowering quince, genus Quince, not to be confused with a couple other genera called quince. They're not Cydonia or Pseudocydonia. These are Quince. And the variety is the red form of Chojubai. And yes, Chojubai is winter hardy here in Zone 5B. I've not had an issue with it. It's been here for a few years. It's taken lots of sub-zero temperatures, and you can see it's already starting to bud out here. Some little flower buds back there, leaf buds here, already budding out here in March now. And you can see that the weeds are already starting up here in March. And I'm out here gardening, yes, in March in Zone 5B doing weeding. And I've got a few of my favorite weeding tools here. I have a hand cultivator. It's solid cast aluminum. I've got a solid cast aluminum hand trowel. I've got a solid cast aluminum. This is like a dandelion puller. It's got that forked end down there to grab into a root and rock it up like this. And I also have my short length stirrup hoe. I also have a long regular stirrup hoe, but I'm not going to be using it today. And one of my favorites, this is probably maybe my favorite weeding tool. This is my Ika hoe, IKA, Ika. And the wedge is supposed to be up like this. So if you order one and it comes like this is the norm for Japanese wedges. That's how they work. This side here, if I can focus on it, let's see, it's this side. Let's see. There we go. You can see it's actually knurled right there to grip into that wood handle. And if it comes loose, just tap it in some more. So what I'm going to be doing here around these two Chojubai quince is I'm going to be removing some of this weed mess that's coming up. And this soil was amended. I naturally have clay soil here. And for Chojubai, since they have such a fine root system, this particular variety, I did amend it with some 2324 sand, peat moss, and vermiculite. The coarse vermiculite. You can see the size of it here. It's pretty decent size right there. So the goal here is to not go too deeply, and you don't have to in this amended mix because it's so fine. It's such fine soil and easy to work with that the weeds just pull right up, root system and all, as soon as you loosen them with the tines of this Ikaho. And this is probably my favorite weeding tool. It really is. It works so nice. And of course, if you get a real stubborn clump, then of course you can hack it out with the blade end of this, right? A piece of sod, more like here, right there, and get that right out of there. Another option would be to use my hand stirrup hoe. Try to beat all the soil off your roots so you're not throwing away your good amended soil if you have a spot like this. But you can see how nice this soil is getting worked up, getting those weeds out of it. Let me see if I can pick a different spot to show how my hand stirrup hoe works here. See, it kind of grips at it and pulls it more so than loosening it. Stirrup hoe I find works better more so in drier soil. And you can see right now, due to all the rain we had, it rained all day yesterday, it rained all night the night before, it rained all night, I think part of the night last night. It's really saturated right now, but still well draining, because when you're growing Chojubai, in particular, this variety of flowering quince, they can be prone to a number of things: root rot, root knot, root nematodes, all kinds of things, all brought on by mostly excess moisture. So you want really well draining soil for Chojubai in particular. Other varieties of flowering quince aren't so particular, I find. See there, that came up really nice. Seems to be mostly Chojubai, but nonetheless, I do like it, and I have not had any issues with it. But I'm trying to go not so deep with this that I get into Chojubai's root system because, of course, injuring roots can introduce problems to the plant as well, and you don't want to injure the root system. You can see right here's a little Chojubai sucker that's starting to form, which will be good. It'll form a nice little clump that way. But anyway, in not too much time here, well, we got a little over 5 minutes, I have managed to clear out this whole patch here of weeds, and I've got it maybe not quite half done. That's not too bad. It's not bad at all. And it's not too cool today. It's in the upper 30s, I believe. Upper 30s, lower 40s, maybe. Now, it's better than it's going to be tomorrow. It's supposed to cool off again much more tomorrow, which is good because I've been having a problem lately with things waking up out of dormancy too soon. And that's not good because when things wake up out of dormancy too soon, then that just causes them to get froze off later down the line when another freeze comes along. And you don't want that. I had a Zelkova some years back that was all leafed out. I remember the date. It was May the 8th. It was all leafed out on May the 8th. And when we got a late freeze, and it completely froze the foliage off and weakened the tree. And the tree was never the same after. And after that, it kept trying to re-leaf out, and it just was not able to. And I ended up having to cut the tree down, which it was a sentimental tree because it was one that I had started and grown myself from seed. But sometimes that happens, unfortunately, and then you have to deal with it. But anyway, this Ikaho, if you do not have one, I suggest you get it. And although there are no bamboo shoots up right now to show, I'll have to show it when the bamboo starts to shoot. Any unwanted shoots that come up around any bushes and so forth, you can quite easily and swiftly remove just with a quick thwack of the of the blade of this Ikaho. Get it right underground where it's coming off of that rhizome. So it works well. So if you have any weeding or bamboo shoot removal to do, I would suggest getting an Ikaho because I like it. And again, when the bamboo starts to shoot, I will do a video about quick and swift shoot removal. No matter if the shoot is for just for the sake of getting it out away from a bush or another plant that's maybe planted right near the bamboo, or if you want to remove that shoot for table use, for eating. Either way, this Ikaho will make a swift below soil removal of that. Go very quickly. So now all I have left are these weeds that are inside the rabbit and deer protection from rabbit and deer, the chicken wire here. And there's a Chojubai root. Let's just cover that back up. But I think that's pretty decent. I think that's going to get it for today. Those weeds there in the cages aren't doing too much. And I will mention too, if you do grow Chojubai, it is a beautiful, beautiful flowering quince that pretty much doesn't know when to stop blooming. It blooms here just darn near about all year, that when it's not freezing, at least too far below freezing, because it blooms here starting in the spring and has its main flush of flowers, of course, in the spring, and then continues to spot bloom pretty reliably clear through summer, fall, and even into very early winter here. It will have those tiny, tiny red bloom, which is why people who use it for bonsai favor it so. It's because it's when you use it for bonsai, it's everything's to scale. The leaves are small, the branches are small, the flowers are small, even the fruit is small. Like here's one that's been pulled off that's old and shriveled. You can see how small that quince fruit is. Everything on Chojubai is small. It's a really nice plant. I like it. But anyway, if you do grow Chojubai, watch these wicked little thorns. They won't grab you and hook you like let me see if I can focus on some. They won't grab you and hook you like some of the larger quince, the flowering quince or the recurved quince in particular. Okay. See how little these thorns are? They're little, but golly, are they mighty. I find that they don't hook you and snag you so much as they will just slice you. They'll slice you right open, in my experience, when you reach in there to do any weeding or pull off those old fruit that didn't want to drop on their own. I had to pull those old fruit off there because they didn't want to drop off of the limbs on their own. Because you don't want to leave old fruit on anything, no matter if it's a fruit tree, a bush, an ornamental flowering plant, or whatever. You don't want to leave that old fruit on there. But anyway, if you get Chojubai, watch those little thorns. And it is a beautiful plant. I can't recommend it enough, no matter if you're growing it for bonsai or you're growing it in the landscape here like I do. I have a young Sasa curlensis plant right over there underneath that shade cloth temporarily until its shade tree there, the baby shade tree, gets big enough to provide it with shade. But I want that large-leaved Sasa to eventually fill in this area under what will be a shade tree over here near this Chojubai, because the large leaves of that Sasa will contrast so beautifully with everything dwarf about the Chojubai quince here. But anyway, again, bamboo shoots aren't up yet, and I wanted to show you some of these weeding tools that do help with keeping bamboo as well. Again, this Ikaho, my absolute favorite. It does come in a longer handled version, but as such, you kind of more so have to bend over. I find it just easier to get down here on my knees on the ground and use this um, short length Ikaho. And this came from Hida Tool and Hardware in California. Not a sponsor, just got it because I like it. And at some point, I will probably get a few more of these just as backups in case I need more of them sometime because I like it so much. So that has been a look at some of my weeding tools, including my favorite one here. And if you like the video, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. Until next time, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it, and take care. Bye.